How can I evaluate a survey that I have conducted in LimeSurvey? There are 3 ways to do this, which I show in this video. Hi, my name is Paul Bostorff. I am an authorized LimeSurvey partner and I am happy to support you in your work with LimeSurvey. So if I have now run the survey, collected a few answers and then want to start with the evaluation, then there are 3 different ways to do it. The first option is to click on the item answers and simply take a look at the answers here. Very short addition: if you are already using the new survey editor, then this survey menu with the answers and the statistics can be found here on the left side under menu and then here responses and statistics. Before we take a closer look, let's first point out that you can do this while the survey is still running. That's not a problem at all. Of course, you can also stop the survey if you don't want to let people take part in the survey anymore. To do this, click on Stop this survey here and it will then be asked if you want to end the survey temporarily, i.e. if you want to add an expiration date here. Then you can click here on Expire Survey. This means that all answers in the survey are retained, but no one can take part in the survey anymore. The alternative is to deactivate the survey. Be careful, all responses will be deleted from the survey, so that makes no sense if you want to evaluate the answers now. At most, it can make sense later, when you have already evaluated all the answers and then want to revise the survey again or something similar. So, let's stick to ending the survey or just doing it while the survey is running and then, as I said, click here on the item answers in the survey menu. You have to make sure that you are at the point of settings here and then answer. Now you can look at the answers given by the respondents here. You just scroll over here and then see the question text up here and then how the people answered it. You can look through it like this, and if you are interested in individual answers in detail, you can also go to these 3 little dots here and look at the answer details, export individual answers as PDFs, etc. Then let's look at the second option, and that's the statistics. For that, we're going down a little bit further here. Then you can now look at statistics within LimeSurvey here. There is the easy mode, where you get a small overview of all questions with small bar charts. There is the so-called expert mode, where you can make a few settings, e.g., whether you want to look at all questions or only a part, whether you also want to have diagrams, etc. Then you click the settings and then you can look at the statistics. I'll say, I want to have all the questions now. I also want to have diagrams and I also want to have the texts displayed. If you are interested in all the other setting options here, feel free to take a look at my video entitled Statistics in LimeSurvey. To have shown an example, I click here on Show Statistics and then you can see here that the whole thing is displayed in such a way that you always get such a table and then a matching diagram. This is quite clear. But there are no further analysis options if you want to go deeper into the data, e.g. wants to look at relationships between different variables, wants to carry out different statistical analysis methods. To do this, you need to export the data to statistical software or, for example, to Excel. For this we go back again. This is now the third option, so to speak, to answer to the point, and there I can say up here, I want to export this, and then, when I click on Export, I can export answers, can then select the format. Excel is often used when you want to do simpler analyses. If you want to go a little deeper, it is worth using statistics software such as SPSS or Stata or R. And I have also created individual videos for each of these different export options. Feel free to take a look there if you are interested in it in more detail. So much for a small insight into the evaluation of surveys in LimeSurvey. If you need support with this, including the evaluation of survey data in SPSS, for example, please feel free to contact me. As always, my website is linked below.